Hi there everyone. Right now we're getting a beautiful soaking rain. This is nice for the earth. Yesterday when I was out walking Strider on Father's Day afternoon, we saw some people watering their lawns because there were some brown patches in their lawns. So this good rain is going to refresh the earth. And that refreshment that doesn't come in a single downpour, but really I think tends to come more and more as just a steady soak, is some of what we got into in Psalm 23 in the line, "He restores my soul," that the good shepherd in whom we have no lack and who makes us to lie down in green pastures and leads us beside still waters, does this for the sake of our soul well-being, not just our bodies, not just our emotions, but the deepest part of ourselves, our truest self, where we find the real power of life. So in the sermon, we reflected a little bit on how we just don't deal a lot with our soul life as a culture. Certainly all of us operate with souls, but we don't really attend to them very intentionally a lot of the time, I think. And maybe that's part of the reason we are in some of the trouble that we are in as a culture in different ways. So it's interesting to ask, what is the soul of our nation? And how is our soul struggling in different ways for how we've treated each other in some cases for centuries. I'm thinking, of course, of how we have treated black people in our culture for more than 400 years. Black people have been treated as inferior, and our nation's soul is having to deal with that. But what about each of us? What's going on with our souls as we've gone through a trying time in this coronavirus stretch? What's going on with the soul of the church as we start to open up again on July 5th and really look out at a landscape that is very, very different from the one that the church has been accustomed to for most of its life? So what is the church's soul that is going to receive refreshment, restoration from God? So we're going to gather together in an at-home group on Zoom, 7 o'clock this Wednesday, and explore further some of the questions that came up in the Sunday service. The questions of our soul are really at the heart of life. And it's also some of the most mysterious stuff that we will ever deal with. But dealing with it is part of living full and living truly alive. And so I invite you to this conversation on Zoom. The link is with this email, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. It's an important part that we get for how we love God and share relationships and serve others from the heart of Christ, finding Him in our very soul.